Okay, y'all, what's up? How's everyone doing? So basically, this video, what it's gonna go into is prominent prisons around America and around the world and the notable inmates that's in them. I've noticed there isn't much content out there on YouTube about this, so I figured I'd take a jab at it and hey, let's get to it. First up on our list is RJ Donovan Correctional Facility. And it's a trip because once upon a time my pops was locked up down there and I went to visit him and they didn't let me in. I remember it was like a big ass thing. I was way young, like elementary school young, and I just remember like crying because I couldn't see him. Anyways, so for those of you who don't know, RJ Donovan is a California state prison, right, in southern San Diego County near the border. It's part of the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. It's a 780-acre facility. It is the only state prison in San Diego County. It's crazy to think, right? Anyways, the prison is situated about 1.5 miles from Mexico-United States border in the foothills of Otay Mesa. Like you can see Tijuana if you're down there, no cap. Overlooks the Mexican border. The Otay Mesa site is shared with 6 other properties related to law enforcement, from border control to, this, that, and the third. Juvenile detention center, just a bunch of different government things. But anyways, since I gave you guys a backstory about this place, how about we go into the inmates? The current inmates who are currently housed at RJ County. First and foremost, let's get it going. Billy Shell. Don't know how to pronounce his middle name. Don't really care to pronounce his middle name. He was a New York Times best-selling author and the son of a former NFL player, Hall of Famer. And he was convicted of first-degree manslaughter. That's crazy, right? Like, dude had his Christmases and shit was probably so amazing, but he found himself in a shitty situation is what it sounds like. Second person on this, Sirhan. That's the dude that killed Robert F. Kennedy. It just dawned on me. I'm surprised they didn't send him to Guantanamo Bay or something. Or maybe they didn't have it back then. I don't know. Then we have the Menendez brothers, Kyle and Lyle Menendez. I think that's their names. I don't know. I just know that the Menendez brothers. But anyways, these dudes are convicted of murdering their parents, yo. Straight crazy. These dudes are straight loony. Oh God. We also have Tex Watson. I myself never heard of him, but I'm telling y'all about him right now. He's a convicted killer, and he was part of the Manson family. Man, that's some crazy stuff right there. And then, Suge Knight, I know y'all have heard of him. He's either in Donovan or in Pelican Bay, but I believe, if my sources are correct, he's down in Donovan. And we all know who Suge Knight is and what he was charged with. Well, according to the video, he ran someone over, shit. And then we got Mark Rogowski. If I'm correct, this guy used to go by the name of Gator or something. Anyways, he's a professional skateboarder convicted of murdering Jessica Bergston. R.I.P. to that woman. Next up at Pelican Bay is Anand John, former fashion designer convicted of rape and other sexual offenses. Dude is very scummy. They need to throw him under the jail. You know what I'm saying? Sheesh. And then Kenneth Kimes Jr. He's the son and accomplice of Santi Clemens. I think I pronounced that right. And Santi Clemens was an American criminal who was convicted of 2 murders, as well as robbery, forgery, violation, anti-slavery laws, and numerous other crimes. Many of these crimes were committed with the assistance of her son, Kenny. They were tried and convicted together for the murder of someone's name that's down. But yeah, so this dude went to prison and his mom, they're crazy as shit. Another one. Jesse James Hollywood. Now, I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie Alpha Dog, but that movie is based on his story, and it's actually a really, really, really good movie. I encourage you guys to watch it. But yeah, so Jesse James Hollywood, pretty much this guy, he was basically the plug in LA, serving big weed or whatever. And he fronted the one guy, and that dude had a drug problem. So he never paid him the money. And he got big with him when dude was like, yo, what's good with my money? He's like, man, I ain't paying you shit, da 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 da. And then he like went over to his house and whooped his ass or some shit like that. Well, they was on the hunt for that guy, right? Jesse James's homies, they was looking for dude, but they couldn't find him. So they found his brother walking, and they kidnapped him, partied with him, took him to Palm Springs, and man, took him up in the mountains, and he didn't make it he didn't come down. They actually had him dig his own grave when they shot him and killed him. It was crazy. Good movie. Y'all should check it out. And then for another inmate, James Mitchell. He's the heir to the San Francisco-based Mitchell Brothers adult film business, one of porn industry's pioneer dynasties during the 1960s and 70s. Mitchell is the son of Jim Mitchell, who started the famous adult entertainment empire with his brother, Artie. He is a convicted murderer who was sentenced to 35 years to life in 2011. Yeah, he's not getting out no time soon. For killing the mother of his daughter with a softball bat in a backyard and kidnapping their young daughter in 2009. Yo, this dude was batshit crazy. Oh God, oh hell. But anyways, and then also this guy named Daniel William Marsh. He's convicted of the murders of Claudia Maupin and Oliver Northup. Basically, they were just like a rich couple that was tortured and murdered and mutilated by Marsh in their California home. And dude was 15 years old when he did it. So, yeah. It's pretty crazy, right? And John Arthur Gettrue. This dude just looks like he's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, he's an American murderer and a possible serial killer who was convicted of one murder in 1963 that took place in West Germany. He's also charged with 2 murders committed in California between 73 and 74, which means he could be an international serial killer. Damn, this dude's crazy as hell. And now we got some other inmates who aren't at Donovan, but they were at Donovan. Starting off, we know him as Big Lurch, and that's the only name we know him as is Big Lurch. But anyways, Antoine Singleton. Dude got convicted of basically killing and cannibalizing his roommate, like eating the body parts, like crazy stuff, right? And then there's this other guy, John Robert Schreifer. He's a physicist and Nobel Prize winner, convicted and sentenced to 2 years for vehicular manslaughter. At 88 years old, died in a Florida nursing home in July 2019. Well, they let him go, and he went home, apparently. Honore Brown, also known as X-Rated. He was in Donovan. I'm assuming this is before he went up north and got jumped by those dudes and went to the PC yard and bada bing, bada boom, all this. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there on X-Rated. Y'all go check them out. And last but not least, one of the former inmates is Roy Norris, one of the 2 toolbox killers. He was later moved to Donovan State Prison, but then he died of natural causes a week after transferring there, at the age of 72, February 24th, 2020. So he is no longer on God's green earth, causing hell, havoc, and demon time. You know? But you made it this far. I appreciate you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments how I can improve this channel. And yeah, hope to see y'all again. Well, I hope you guys watch the next video and subscribe, drop a comment, and smack the like button. Hey!